Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome back to your favorite channel. This is a safe space where hidden truth come to light, regrets are shared, and hard life lessons are learned. Before we begin today's confession, I would love to ask you a few questions. How do you repay someone who always stood by your side? Someone who celebrates your victories as if they were their own. Someone who sacrifices their comfort just to see you smile. Someone who opens doors for you, especially when no one believes in you. I mean, someone who changes your life without asking for anything in return. Will you protect that person with everything that you have? Could your heart become so consumed by jealousy that you end up destroying the very same person who showed you endless love? Today's confession left me speechless. It is a story of love, sacrifice, betrayal, regret, and a painful lesson that came far too late. Stay until the very end, because this confession is going to leave you with a heavy heart and a lesson you will never forget. Before we go into today's confession, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell for more educating videos. Today's confession reads as follows. Good afternoon, my sister. Before I start today's confession, I need to take a moment. I was listening to a story on this channel recently about a lady who was sold out and suffered because of her husband's carelessness. I was so glad when I heard she came out alive. My twin sister never survived. And the painful truth that keeps me awake every night is that I am the reason she's gone. I can't forgive myself for what she went through. I also hope that by speaking out, I might feel a little lighter. Because I have no peace, my deeds are coming back to me like a constant nightmare. My twin sister and I were born into a Chanache family in Malawi. Our parents were simple, but they showed us so much love. They taught us how to respect each other and how to care for one another and how to live with kindness. We were poor, yes, but we were rich in love. My sister and I were completely inseparable. When we were kids, if I got sick, my sister would cry non-stop. If I couldn't go to school, she would make sure she stayed home. We did everything together. The first big challenge came after high school. I failed my exams, but my twin sister passed and got accepted into university. It was so hard for her to leave me because she wasn't used to staying far from me. Even with her busy school schedule, she called me every single day, and every weekend she would take a long journey, walking 3 to 4 hours along the village road just to come visit me. Her love for me was pure, genuine, and real. Time went by, and eventually I got a job as a cashier in Lilongwe. Working as a cashier was very tough, the salary was very low, and the working hours were extremely long. But quitting wasn't an option for me. I was a grown-up and needed to stand on my feet. I tried looking for better jobs for greener pastures, but it was almost impossible because I hadn't passed high school. During those stressful times, my sister always assured me that everything would settle down. After finishing her degree, my sister got a job breakthrough in Dubai. That job completely changed our family's life. She started taking care of our parents back home, sending money for food and house expenses, and she took care of me too. We still shared everything. There were no secrets between us. After a few months later, she fell in love with a white man, and in her second year in Dubai, they got married. He was a loving and caring husband. He treated her like he's everything. I still ask myself today what turned him into a monster later on. 2 years after their wedding, my sister decided she wanted me to live with them in Dubai. She helped me get a passport, paid for my visa, and made a way for me to travel. It was such a beautiful thing for her to do. When I arrived in Dubai and started living with them, things began to change inside me. Seeing how her husband spoiled her made me envious. My twin sister couldn't hide anything from me. She shared every happy detail of her marriage. But as the days went by, jealousy started growing in my heart. That jealousy slowly turned into hatred. I started falling for her husband. I couldn't show them how I felt, so I pretended to be a nice sister, but inside I was acting and trying to get his attention. I was burning inside my heart. Her husband was completely loyal to her. He wasn't the type of a man you would find chasing around. When he was home, he loved staying upstairs in their bedroom. The only time he came downstairs was when the food is ready. He truly loved my sister. Seeing how much he loved her only made me want to force my way in and force myself into him. One morning, I waited for my twin sister to leave for work. As soon as she left, I made breakfast and slipped a drug into my brother-in-law's food. I called him to eat and I then went to take a bath. A few minutes later, the drug kicked in and he couldn't think straight. I took his hand and led him to my bedroom and we ended up sleeping together. After a few hours, he woke up and found himself completely naked. He was confused and had no idea how he ended up in my bed. Immediately, I started crying and screaming, accusing him of forcing himself on me. He was so shocked and started apologizing, saying we could fix it. But I told him I was going to open a case of assault against him so everyone would know what kind of selfish, heartless man he was. As innocent as he was, he panicked and started begging me. I told him I would only keep quiet if he gave me money. From that day, he started giving me money continuously just to protect himself. I started controlling him because he was terrified of losing his wife, being arrested, and losing his dignity as a respected man. Whenever my sister was not at home, sleeping together became a habit. Eventually, I fell pregnant, which was my main goal because I wanted to take my sister's place and become his wife. When we found out I was pregnant, his life became a complete mess. We were both terrified of my sister. I was scared she would find out, kick me out, and send me back home in shame. My brother-in-law was scared of losing his marriage because he loved my sister so much. Sitting alone, I came up with an evil plan by myself. I went out and found 3 gangsters to kill my sister. I paid them using the same blackmail money I had been taking from her husband. I told the gangsters to make it look like they were hijacking a car so that the husband would never suspect I was behind it. A few weeks later, my sister disappeared. We reported it to the police. A case was opened and a search began. Days later, she was found dead with deep wounds. Her face was beaten so badly, you couldn't even recognize it. She died a painful, horrific death. Her husband was completely broken. He cried like a baby. You could tell his entire world had gone to an end. Her husband was completely broken. He cried like a baby. You could tell his entire world had gone to an end. We took her body back home to Malawi for burial. Before burying her, my parents performed traditional rituals over her grave. They declared that whoever was responsible for their child's death would suffer and die a shameful death. I got terrified inside, but I acted like I was grieving and supporting the ritual, so my family wouldn't suspect anything. After the funeral, I returned to Dubai with my brother-in-law and we kept living in our secret life together. The reason why I went back is because I thought he would make me his wife officially. When I was 7 months pregnant, I lost the baby through a miscarriage. I became very sick. With the baby gone, my brother-in-law stopped caring about me entirely. He even stopped giving me the money. That was when he truly showed his true colors. He told me to pack my things and get out of his house because there was no reason for me to stay anymore. I tried to threaten him again using our past secrets, but he didn't care anymore. He started beating me up every day, telling me to leave. He told me that whenever he found me home, he'll beat me up so badly. Recently, the beatings got so severe that he broke my right leg and my arm. That is why I'm writing this from a hospital bed right now. He beat me so badly that I'm broken. I can't even report him to the police because I don't have anyone here to take care of me or support me. On top of the physical pain, I'm seeing my twin sister every single night in my dreams. She comes to me and chokes me. My neck is always in severe pain. I feel like I have open wounds inside my throat. But whenever the doctors check, they say there's nothing there. Last night was the only night she didn't come. I think it's because I am in hospital, but I am terrified of going back to that house. I feel like if I go back, she will kill me in my sleep or her husband will beat me to death. He has become completely heartless, and whenever I wake up screaming from my nightmares, he just shouts at me for disturbing his sleep. Sometimes he beats me up. I don't know what to do. I don't know anyone here in Dubai. I wish I could just go back home to Malawi. Maybe then I could find peace. But I can't tell my parents the truth. They would realize I killed their daughter, the breadwinner who was taking care of them. Right now, as I'm speaking, my parents are struggling back home in Malawi. There is no one to take care of them. They're struggling to make ends meet. Personally, I can't take care of them because my brother-in-law is no longer giving me money as he used to do. I caused so much pain to everyone, to my parents who lost their child, to a husband who is living in stress and beating me to lessen his own pain, and to my twin sister who died like an animal because of my greedy. I'm so tired of this painful life. I regret everything I did, but I can't go back and fix it. Please advise me, what can I do? Rest in peace, my blood, my twin sister. I will always love you. And that brings us to the end of today's confession. This story leaves us with a painful question. What happens when we allow jealousy to control our hearts? Sometimes we couldn't realize the value of people standing beside us till it's too late. The people who sacrifice for us, who lift us up, who open doors for us, are blessings that should be protected by all means, not destroyed. A person can make one wrong decision in a moment of temptation, but the consequences can follow them for a lifetime. To everyone listening today, let this be a reminder. Appreciate the people who love you. Celebrate their success. Never allow comparison, envy, or greed to take away the love and gratitude you should have in your heart. And to the person who shared this confession today, may you find the courage to face your mistakes, seek help, and find a way towards healing. Carrying pain and regret alone can become a very heavy load. Viewers, let us learn from this story. Let's choose love over jealousy, kindness over selfishness, and gratitude over greed. If this confession touched your heart, do not forget to like and share. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell for more educating videos. God bless you. Nginithanda isidudla.